Good morning. It's July, year and a half into the food forest here in Spain, between Denia and Moreira, in a small town called Jávea. So I've advanced most of the trees that died, and quite a few died. I replaced and started building an additional layer, planted a lot of strawberry and some other herbs. The apple trees that last time I was struggling with, I cut back, and so I have some of these shoots coming up. This cherry unfortunately didn't make it, so I'll have to replace that. But you see some strawberries under it. Mulch, I did around 70% of the garden has mulch now. So the food forest has a pretty solid layer. Most of the trees are doing pretty well. But yeah, not everything survived. So I started with some additional herbs in the bottom, and in this case strawberries. So we have some thyme, and in Spanish they say capuchas, which is small tree plants here, lovely colorful flowers you can eat. Forgot the name in English, but yeah, they spread like. This is gonna be my ground cover, I think, mostly. The local species at work, lots of herbs, and I'm probably gonna do some creeping thyme as well. Trees are doing pretty well. This almond. I planted some tomatoes here and there to see how it would play out. I got some lemongrass, and here I got some citrus. I bought some new ones. Oh yeah, this is the blood orange. Had to replace my avocados. They died, so they got a reed and a has here. Some tomatoes just left and right to see how they would do in this area. But I found it very inconvenient not to have them in the veggie patch. I have to walk back and forth. The plum is doing well. Not a lot of plums because I pruned it really hard. But the ones that come are really nice. Here again, some small accompanying plants around it that eventually on these and these will grow left and right. This will stay around there. So I'm using the circles I've created of water irrigation to support multiple plants. Strawberries from last year. That's actually a really nice big patch. Lots of lemongrass I got from summer. Chirimoya. It's another cherry. This is a clementine, mandarin, and you see lots of lemongrass next to it. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but you know, I have water in this area, so that's where the circle is. I planted everywhere pumpkins. It's really hot over here in summer, and I thought some shade for the soil would probably be a good idea. Anyway, experimenting with these things. Not sure if this cherry will survive. It looks like unlikely. This looks like a really going well. Again, some stuff on the bottom. Here's some chilies combined with strawberries. And over here I had a coffee plant, gooseberry on the pear. I had to replace around 10 trees. Lack of irrigation last year that I didn't put it in. Some citrus, nectarine with some. I start having this quackgrass. It's really a pain. I'm trying to stay on top of it. It's coming up everywhere. I guess the roots have established themselves pretty well already. So I keep on top of them, taking the energy out of it. There's a whole patch here, so each time I pass by I now try to kind of get on top of it. As you see, a lot of pumpkins. I planted lots of pumpkin seeds with my kids everywhere. And I should pass by here and take out all the cut grass. It's taken over most of the land in the back already, and this patch I have to stay on top of. Lots of pumpkins, as you can see. Another gooseberry black one. My moringa surprisingly didn't die, so it came back. So that's great. I thought it died and it didn't in the end. And then we got another cherry here, another cherry over here. So it's doing really well. Now I have the irrigation up. It's not pretty, but for the first couple of years I think it's necessary. And I go into the back. Castagna, cherries. Oh, I don't even know that is that a peach or pistachio? What do we got here? Pony Cayenne. Yeah, it's a pecan. Pecan. I threw in some watermelons in this area, and that's actually turning out to be a good idea. Already ate a couple of them. So it's early morning here, 7:30, otherwise it gets too hot. Here I planted a finger lime, Australian finger lime. I planted some bushes, and as you can see over there, there's some pumpkins already ready. I think they're ready to be harvested, but let's see if the plant dies. My pistachios didn't make it. Only one female one survived. Again, didn't put the irrigation on time for the trees, and so I lost them. That's a pity. It's kind of like, yes, you should, but I didn't. And so now I'm suffering the consequences of having to buy everything again. But anyway, kids, reconstruction company, actually putting everything in place on time is not always working out as expected. This apple seems to be giving me something. So the mulch is still here, not over there anymore, which you can probably see. There used to be like 60 mounds of this mulch. This is still for the food forest. It has to go into the food forest because we're still lacking around 100 meters. The mango is doing well. The curry under it is also, lavender is actually doing well. I'm trying to put some more of these local herbs everywhere that survive really well. I got some Thai berry. Another cherry. An avocado from seed. And again, sadly, the avocados didn't make it. These ones. Another pear, my hazelnut, dragon fruit over there. It's pretty packed here with the amount of trees. In this space of 800 square meters, there's like 85 now. So I don't have a lot of extra space right now. My Australian finger lime, it seems to be suffering a little bit. I don't know what it is yet. It's getting enough water. Maybe it's too much water actually. So if you have an idea what is making this Australian finger lime suffer, I have no idea, but leave a comment. And so this is what we got going right now. It's a year and a half in, and from lack of irrigation, I think I lost, since the last update, February, around 10 trees, and I just saw 2 cherries not doing really well, so that's probably going to be 12, and I have to buy and replace them with other varieties, or actually I could buy probably the same varieties, because now I have irrigation set up. I really underestimated this as definitely beginning gardener, how important water is, because I thought we would have enough rain over here, and I thought that my mulch would do the trick, but it definitely wasn't enough. So oof, let's see, those are about to be ready. Look at that. Let me take a look. Oh no, they're too hard. And one, unfortunately, something ate it already. And the same for this one. There doesn't seem something like massively creeping in, so I don't think it's a pest. But well, it is a pest, but that's something that I would instantly worry about. Unless I should be. Again, leave a comment, as I am a fairly new beginning gardener. It is still hard, but it has a small spot already. So overall, the plums gave me around 5, 6 on this tree. Last year there were significantly more. But yeah, let me just take those tomatoes off for lunch. Overall, I'm pretty happy the way it looks. This is definitely the busy area, so let's see how this plays out when they're all bigger. But yeah, I definitely wanted to have like a forest kind of feeling, not an orchard. So they're not in rows, they're all over the place in such a way that there's evergreens on spots, and from the house we can kind of see always something green, because the apples and pears and plums are really, I think, fairly ugly trees in winter. So I'd like to have something green as well, and of course some citrus will do the trick there. So pretty happy. Lots of learning still to go. So if you know why my Australian finger lime is not doing well, and if you have an idea why the cherries are really suffering when they have water, they seem to just burn up, that would be great. And for the rest, I'll keep watching your channels and everybody's YouTubes to kind of keep learning. Hopefully this plant won't have to suffer based on the learning. Well, actually the next one that will come, because this seems to be almost burned out. No idea why that's happening. Anyway, enjoy the view. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps your journey.